$6,700 per individual, $11,000 per household. That is the national average of credit card debt that the US has. So think about it from this perspective. A household carrying 11 grand in debt on credit cards. Individuals carrying $6,700 in credit card debt. That is insane. On top of that, you have to add student loans, you have to add groceries, you have to add card notes, you have to add rent or mortgage, insurances that keep going up. How much money do people have left? How much money do people have to actually eat? The amount of debt that folks have nowadays is unfathomable, to tell you the truth. I don't even know how they can actually carry that much debt. The fact of the matter is that there is no way for that debt to be paid off. See it from this perspective. You are between 45 and 60, Generation X. You probably going to be carrying an average of $9,600 in credit card debt. That is the average. Millennials between 29 and 44, 6,900. Gen Z 18 to 28, about 3,400. Our generation, those of us who are between 45 and 60 have accumulated a lot of debt that is a bit too high for a lot of folks. And you don't see a way out. So I'm going to nitpick a little bit on Gen X, because often enough the criticism goes to the millennials or the Gen Zs, but the truth of the matter is Gen X is no saint. And I have seen with my own two eyes my generation make so many mistakes, accumulate so much debt, and they know they will never be able to pay it off, but they're still going to debt. So, and from there, you can extrapolate numbers for the other generations and whatnot. But keep this in mind. Most people nowadays buy a house between the age of 35 and 40. Now, like before, they used to buy it younger. So, let's say 30 for the sake of argument. You get a mortgage at the age of 30. That is a 30-year mortgage. 30 years. For 30 years, you're going to have to be paying to the bank the privilege of living in that bank's house. It's not yours. It's the bank. Forget about the taxes. Forget about the insurances. Forget about all of that. You essentially are a glorified renter. That's how it is. Don't bite my head off. You know that is how it is. Until you finish paying that note or that loan, the house is not truly yours. And again, as I said in my previous video, even though once you pay it, you still got local government breathing down your neck because they want their taxes, because you have to pay your fair share because you owe them, right? I'm fair, but you get what I'm saying. So prices nowadays at homes are not what they used to be 8-10 years ago. Nowadays, this is also the problem, that folks don't want to fix a house. They don't want to get into a house that need work because they just don't. So they pay $200, $250, $300 and above, not below, above, because I just want something turnkey and that's it. You're going to pay premium. Well, let's round it out to $200,000 to be fair. $200,000. You now have a $200,000 debt for the next 30 years. You were told growing up, if you don't want to have your hands full of grease like me, you better go get a degree. You went and got yourself an education. Let's say that you got a master's degree, a bachelor's, an associate's. Let's say for the sake of argument, that you got yourself into a $50,000 student loan. And I'm being very conservative. You know that a lot of folks have a lot more debt when it comes to student loans. but I'm giving you $50,000. Well, you bought your house, and of course, you can't drive that clunker that you have parking in the driveway because you got your house, and your neighbor has a brand new whatever it is they drive. You need to invest in a new vehicle. God Almighty, vehicles nowadays, you can't get it cheaper than $40,000. That's another note right there. Let's add another $40,000. And that's a note for 7 years minimum. Sometimes 3. But let's give you 7 years. After 7 years, if you were smart enough and got the extended warranty, after that, you're going to have problems. All right. What else? Insurances keep going up every day. I mean, that's here and there. But thus far, you have $290,000 in debt. $290,000 because you got a house that is $200,000. You have student loans, which it will follow you everywhere, $50,000, and you got yourself a car, a regular car, that is $40,000. That's not counting the credit card debt that you may have. And let's say, for the sake of argument, that you have $10,000 in credit card debt, just to round it up. That is a whopping $300,000, $300,000 in debt. I don't know how people can sleep at night. I don't know how much you get paid. Oh, I make good money. Well, what is good money? Because if you have a $300,000 debt, a minimum, you should be making a minimum at least $100,000 a year. The problem is that you don't make $100,000 a year. You don't. After taxes, after deductions, after retirements, after all of that, you are lucky if you bring $70,000. Lucky. So you now have a $300,000 debt on a $70,000 income. I don't know about you all, but that math right there doesn't add up to me. It just doesn't. You're talking about a $230,000 difference between the $70,000 and the $300,000. Even if you send you $70,000 every year, how long would that take you? It will take you almost 4.5 years. 4.5 years of sending all the money that you earn. Send it to pay that debt. We have in this country way too much debt. And very few people have a plan to get out of it. Very, very few people. Because we have become a society of instant gratification. And we don't know how to wait. So, I don't know how folks are going to fix that problem. But I can tell you that if you don't pay that mortgage, the bank is going to repossess your home. If you don't pay that car note, the bank is going to take your car. If you don't pay that student loan, the government is going to garnish your paycheck. So you really don't have a lot of choices left. I would encourage everybody to start looking at their finances and to see how in the world you got there, and try to make a plan how to get out of it. Because unfortunately, the debt that most Americans have nowadays, it is way too high. And honestly, they don't know how to get out of it. With that being said, let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I hope to see you on the next one.